Continue to pray for the souls that have lost their lives in all of these accidents, but we also continue to call for action as to how best these things should be stopped, prevented, avoided, so that the young generation, the future of Uganda, is preserved for Uganda. It is Good Morning Uganda. You are watching UBC TV. We come to you live from the Nile Avenue. And looking at other updates, we also have Honorable Fred Byamukama, Minister of Transport and Transport there in Works and Transport, that is on fire to make sure that indeed it's Chisanja Hakuna Kulala, because as of recent, he's been on an inspection of the project of the Busega-Mpigi Express Highway, and therein has expressed concern over the slow progress of the Busega-Mpigi Express Highway that has taken, and these concerns have taken center stage of Uganda's key road infrastructure development aimed at easing traffic congestion and improving transport therein. As he assessed the delays, he understood that the causes of the delays are there to involved with and engaging the contractor on the way forward as to how best work can be done first. And more updates looking at matters budget and taxes. Government has revealed that the move to extend the tax to a broader range of single-use plastic products will generate approximately 3 billion Uganda shillings revenue. The Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Honorable Henry Musasizi, says that the excise duty amendment bill 2026 as returned by the President captures a much wider range of plastic products, unlike the current law, which concentrates on only Kavera. The minister appeared before the Parliamentary Committee on Finance to defend the 2026 tax bills returned by the President. Good morning, Uganda. My name is Julie F. Nantaba, and I am with Robert Chiravo Nyonyintono. And with Robert, I know I have to just engage you in on the sad news of the tragic accidents, but even the tragic accident that occurred last night.
Well, Julie, it's very sad, and a dark cloud hovers over our nation. Losing 19 by press time, losing 19 pupils of King David Junior School in Indeje. Now they left Kampala, which is Indeje Machindye Sabagabo division, one of the divisions that make up Kampala is Machindye, one of the 5, and headed to Kapchora to enjoy and have a glimpse of the Sipi Falls. 2 days back, when we had this accident of Wuyikwe, remember, I was very furious. I said, why must children travel this very far from where the school is? Why must children, if they're for academic purposes, aren't they? You bring children from Katakwi to come to Kasenyi landing site. You bring children from wherever you're getting them, that they are going to Entebbe. So why must children travel these long distances? That was one of my concerns. That if we have these short distance trips, one, the drivers are not fatigued. Two, the vehicles, even if they have mechanical conditions, Judy, we've driven cars, we've driven bikes, but it can have a technical problem. But the longer it is on the road, this technical problem, the longer it is accelerating, being driven long distances, it will develop more technical problems, or the technical problem will worsen. So I talked of distance fatigue of the drivers, the vehicles traveling these long distances, they are not serviced, because these vans, it can today take this school, tomorrow the other school, the other day the other school. There's no time for servicing the long distances. But I also talked of overcrowding. You know, when an accident happens, we could save lives, but if you're overcrowded,
sometimes it's hard. Heavy
loading. And I want to thank the Honorable Minister of State for Children, that is Dr. Laksa Mercy Faith. Yesterday she intercepted.
Oh yes, I watched her expose.
She intercepted a coaster that was meant to take 29 children but it had 70 plus.
Wow.
Now, in case of an accident, how do you expect not a big loss of lives? The extent of this accident, because these people are so squeezed, one is sitting on the other. Just look at this calculation. You're supposed to take 29. You have 70. And I asked a question. Who are we waiting for to die to take action? I want to say this in Uganda.
That's true.
Mwana ki gwe tulinda okufa. Mwana wani gwe tulinda okufa.
To take a move.
To take action. Because we began with a school in Machindi. We went to the train accident in Mukono. We went to the Buyikwe accident. We've gone to Kapchora. And I think around there there's also another accident. We've not seen tough action being taken.
While more lives.
We could suspend as all trips.
Indeed.
And the traffic finally. I want to speak to the traffic personnel. These buses, wherever they pass, what are the traffic officers doing? The children are over, they're heavily populated. The children are making all kinds of noise in them, dancing, moving.
Right.
It is disaster. The police are waving back. I think we need to take immediate action. Second term is when we have these tours. And finally, I want to urge the Ministry of Education and Sports. With this commercialization of education, parents have little to say, because one of the reasons why we are seeing even these accidents, that these are no longer academic trips, Julie. These are a source of earning. You're taking children to 4 places in Kampala. You're charging 140,000 per child. This is business, Julie.
Right.
It is not about education. I'll look for a trip very far because I know the farther, the more profit I'm making. We should have an audit of these trips.
Indeed, an audit should take shape, but from what happened yesterday to the Ministry of Education, we hope something is said. We hope something is done, because the hearts of parents are breaking. But not just parents, the heart of Uganda is breaking. This is Uganda that is perishing at the end of the day. Now, Robert, let's have a look at what we have on the local scene.
I'll begin with good news if nothing happens. We have some very good news as a country if nothing happens. Now, the Ministry of Health discharged the last Ebola case at the National Public Health Emergency Operations Center at Mulago. This milestone now indicates that Uganda has started the countdown of 42 days, after which the country will be declared Ebola-free if no any other confirmed case is recorded. On the 15th of May 2026, Uganda confirmed an imported case from the DRC and 20 cases were registered. 2 people died and 18 survived. The National Public Health Emergency Operations Center at Mulago now discharged the last case. Now Uganda has started the countdown of the 42 days, after which the country will be declared Ebola-free if no any other confirmed case is recorded. Despite the success, Uganda's economy has been bruised heavily. A report presented before Parliament by the Shadow Minister for Health reveals that an estimated economic loss between 30 to 40 billion shillings was registered, especially in the tourism sector. In response, however, the minister equated the loss to collateral damage that was unavoidable. Uganda registered 20 confirmed cases with 2 deaths, over 160 contacts, while DRC has registered over 2,000 cases and 700 deaths. The World Health Organization commended Uganda for her preparedness that disrupted the transmission of the disease. The 2 governments, Uganda and DRC, signed a memorandum of understanding that allowed 50 Ugandan health workers to the DRC to assist in the response efforts. Soon, we'll be free of Ebola. The Prime Minister of Uganda, Robin Nabanja, hosted a delegation of Egyptian investors who are planning to solve traffic jam in the city by building a light rail line in Kampala metropolitan area. The delegation was led by the Egyptian Deputy Assistant Minister for Foreign Affairs, Mohammed El Hamzawawi. Because of the rapid urbanization of Kampala metropolitan and the growing population in the city, roads have increasingly become congested, causing gridlock in the city. In order to solve this problem, Egyptian investors are in Uganda with a mega plan to construct a light railway in Kampala metropolitan area. According to the Egyptian Deputy Assistant Minister for Foreign Affairs, the construction company will execute the project. Mohammed El Hamzawawi informed the Prime Minister that the company has already signed a memorandum of understanding with the government of Uganda to carry out a feasibility study on the project. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister of Uganda, Robert Nabanja, held a meeting with the Minister in charge of Kampala Capital City Authority and KCC technical staff to review the progress on several road constructions in the city. KCCA Deputy Executive Director Benon Kigenyi informed the Prime Minister that KCCA will soon embark on rehabilitation of several roads in the city. He also informed the Prime Minister about the challenge KCCA is facing over Chibuye Natete Busega Road, which is currently under the mandate of the Ministry of Works. The Prime Minister is expected to inspect several ongoing road constructions within Kampala city today. Uganda Civil Aviation Authority had an annual budget of 401 billion during the financial year 2025-2026. However, they collected 346 billion and their total expenditure by the end of the financial year was 321 billion shillings. Officials attribute this gap to the Iran war and Ebola epidemic. The authorities that currently facilitate 2.3 million passengers estimate to increase the number to 3.5 million passengers, hence the need to have another terminal at Entebbe Airport. Uganda Civil Aviation Authority, however, decries the big and glowing debt by government agencies. The chairperson of the committee, Mwine Mpaka, wanted to know the strategy they have put in place for revenue collection since they rely on funds they collect from passengers. Members of Parliament, including Bukoto Central, Sebamala Richard, asked to be updated on the presidential directive to discontinue 152 staff who were there illegally. The Deputy Director General of the organization, Olivia Birungi Lumonya, said they dismissed 89 staff on issues of forgery of academic papers. This sparked off a heated debate in the committee. Other issues discussed were infrastructure development and state of regional acronyms, including the readiness of some of Uganda to hold the 2025 AFCON. And finally, from the local scene, in Machindia Chief Magistrate's Court, presided over by Magistrate Anna Bisemera, lawyer Elias Lukwago is accused of the offense of misprision of treason, an offense that has kept him on remand for 1 month. The prosecution informed the court that investigations have been completed and that it is ready to commit lawyer Elias Lukwago to the High Court for full trial. In the indictment presented to court, the prosecution alleges that in 2023, Lukwago, together with Dr. Kiza Besije, Haji Obed Rutale, Ibrahim Semujunganda, Rubega Mukaku, and Charles Romushana, held a meeting to discuss plans intended to overturn the government. The prosecution further alleges that during the same meeting, Dr. Kiza Besije requested Andrew Wahabi to train some of his allies in covert intelligence and paramilitary technicalities and tactics. It also alleges that he requested counterfeit Uganda shillings with the intention of injecting them into the economy to raise funds and destabilize the country's economy. The indictment further states that Lukwago as a leader of PFF, together with Samuel Makoha, in 2024 mobilized and authorized the travel of PFF members to Kisumu, Kenya, for training allegedly intended to facilitate the overthrow of the government of the Republic of Uganda by force of arms. According to the prosecution, although lawyer Elias Lukwago, as leader of PFF, was aware of the meetings and the alleged plot in Geneva, Switzerland, he deliberately failed to report the matter to the relevant authorities. The prosecution says it will rely on evidence and exhibits including the accused's call data records, police investigation reports, immigration records, and travel histories of Dr. Kiza Besigye, Elias Lukwago, Hajo Bed Lutale, Simon Rutarondwa, and others. Other evidence will include records confirming the various individuals who traveled outside Uganda during the period of the alleged meetings and training sessions. Recordings involve the intelligence officers from CMI, electronic devices allegedly used to make the recordings, and audios and video recordings of the meetings, among other exhibits. Elias Lukwago, who physically appeared in court unlikely during the previous court sittings, was committed to the High Court for full trial after the document was read to him. Well, Julie, things are not that very good. It's now time for trial. Things are not that very good. Indeed. But of course, according to our laws, and this is why it is in court, anyone is presumed innocent until proved guilty by a competent court. Right. So we wait and see.
Underlying word, competent court.
Not these things of wuyo, wuyo, wuyo. No, no, no. A competent court.
Right. Now, Robert, let's have a look at what we have on the global scene this morning. And we're starting off with a story that's rather interesting. In Uganda, it would be termed as a dustless story, but very interesting that even in the White House, as it is of human nature, there are people who are making money off of the operations of the White House. The White House teleprompter operator is being investigated over allegedly using inside information to place bets and makes nearly $100,000 US on US President Donald Trump's speeches. Isn't he Ugandan?
Is he Ugandan?
That's a sad stereotype. But Gabriel Perez, who had worked at the White House since 2016, is accused of placing bets on words the president would use during major public addresses, including the State of the Union speech. The trades were made on Kalshi, a prediction markets platform where users can bet on real-world events. The firm confirmed it reported the activity to the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, CFTC, which regulates the platform. Kalshi froze Perez's account before any profits could be withdrawn, according to reports. Now, the platform told the BBC its analysts noticed unusual betting on mentioned markets, contracts where users predict whether a speaker will use common terms such as specific countries, economic words, or campaign slogans in March. Quote unquote, the words of political leaders like presidents and Fed chairs caused billions of dollars of movements in FX markets, oil futures, and the stock market, Kalshi said. Using account data, the company found the user was a federal employee operating White House teleprompters. The exchange froze more than $90,000 before it could be withdrawn. Robert Denault, Kalshi's head of enforcement, said the firm flagged the trades and had handed evidence to regulators. Very interesting. Now let's move on to rather sad events happening over in Canada. More than 800 wildfires are burning across Canada, with air quality alerts now extending south into multiple U.S. states. A thick blanket of smoke clouded skylines from Detroit and Toronto to New York and across New England causing hazardous air quality alerts across much of the region. Many outdoor events were cancelled as officials urged people to stay indoors, stressing the dangerous health ramifications of inhaling the fumes. In Canada, one fire in northern Ontario forced residents from local First Nations to evacuate, with one chief saying that her community has been burnt to ashes. Hazardous air quality alerts have been issued in cities including Chicago and Grand Rapids in Michigan, Pittsburgh in Pennsylvania, and Toledo in Ohio, according to the U.S. Air Quality Index program. Many outdoor activities were cancelled on Thursday, including events for children's summer camps, and beaches were shuttered along popular lakes. An outdoor concert for the rock group The Black Keys was being rescheduled in Chicago due to the dangerous air quality. There are currently 858 fires actively burning in Canada, including 30 new fires that sparked on Thursday. According to the Canadian Wildland Fire Information System, the vast majority are burning out of control. Now, onto the continent. Robert, I think this would pique your interest, given that you and I share the same clan. A monkey that has striking pinkish orange lips and a black face and lives in the forests of the Democratic Republic of Congo has been confirmed as a new species to science. The black-furred primate was spotted and photographed hidden away in the high tree canopy of dense tropical forests in Lomami National Park in the central east of the country. Conservationists working there first reported seeing this unusual-looking animal back in 2008, but they captured just one blurry photograph. After another sighting 10 years later, an international team set out to find out, study the monkey, and revealed that it was a previously unknown species. This is the only fifth African monkey species to be discovered in the last 75 years. Junior Amboko, a PhD student at Florida Atlantic University, played a leading role in the search, which involved audio recordings, photography, and detailed genetic studies. The findings were published in the journal PLOS. Amboko told BBC News it was an amazing feeling to look into the face of an animal that so few people knew existed. Isn't God so unlimited, Robert? Look at that.
Looks beautiful.
I know, it has cute eyes. Anyways, quickly, our time is very fast spent. Let's just read headlines of what the dailies have this morning.
Government bars LCs from land deals. People have invested in these campaigns like nothing. Looking at that 10%, and it's now Ebola patient discharged. HIV plus man jailed for life over defiling daughter. Jesus. Gang attacks Wachisoba, steals from patrons, and Vice President Jessica Alupo in Zimbabwe. Now, those are some of the headlines.
And the Daily Nation is representing the rest of East Africa with the headline 2027 Signal. That's the headline. Triumph Rigathi Gachagua's big win in Mount Kenya supremacy battle. And of course, Sifuna ousted. Some of the stories to look into. Of course, when it comes to the 2027 signals, landslide wins, concession, media under siege, high stakes, a lot to pique interest in when it comes especially to the elections, the election fever in Kenya. Now, our time is fast spent, and looking at a few notices to pay heed to. In the Gazette therein, displayed is the table of contents, but looking at some notices to pay heed to, we do have a place of celebration of marriage that has been noticed, and that is Appointed Apostles Global World Churches Limited, Born Again Village in Nabisojo, Chirinda Parish in Wachato Sub-County, Nakaseke North in Nakaseke District, under the hand of the Honorable Norbert Mao, Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, as of the 30th day of June 2026. And new appointments or replacements to Board of Governors for the School of Laki High School, Bujaga. The names there, foundation body representatives, names displayed, and local government representatives, name displayed, teacher representatives in there as well, parents and LC3 representatives, as well as all students representatives. Now let's have a short break. When we get back, we are looking at well, the significance of the Uganda national anthem. But not only that, we're also getting to know a little bit about a legendary musician here in Uganda. So save the number 0709 6025924 for that conversation, as well as ask your questions and share your comments and opinions. Good morning. Good morning. It's the 17th of July 2026, and yesterday the 16th of July 2026 another accident at about 8 p.m. was reported, and about 19 were confirmed dead as children from King David Junior School in Ndeje were from a trip in Kapchora, that is from CP Falls, got involved in an accident therein. After, of course, stories from the past few days of still children on a school trip have been involved in accidents. It's been quite the sad week or the sad month when it comes to accidents here in Uganda. Very sad story indeed. We continue to pray for the souls that have lost their lives in all of these accidents, but we also continue to call for action as to how best these things should be stopped, prevented, avoided, so that the young generation, the future of Uganda, is preserved for Uganda. It is Good Morning Uganda. You are watching UBC TV. We come to you live from the Nile Avenue. And looking at other updates, we also have Honorable Fred Byamukama, Minister of Transport and Transport there in Works and Transport, that is on fire to make sure that indeed it's Chisanja Hakuna Kulala, because as of recent, he's been on an inspection of the project of the Busega-Mpigi Express Highway, and therein has expressed concern over the slow progress of the Busega-Mpigi Express Highway that has taken, and these concerns have taken center stage of Uganda's key road infrastructure development aimed at easing traffic congestion and improving transport therein. As he assessed the delays, he understood that the causes of the delays and are there to involved with and engaging the contractor on the way forward as to how best work can be done fast. And more updates looking at matters budget and taxes. Government has revealed that the move to extend the tax to a broader range of single-use plastic products will generate approximately 3 billion Uganda shillings revenue. The Minister of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Honorable Henry Musasizi, says that the excise duty amendment bill 2026 as returned by the President captures a much wider range of plastic products, unlike the current law, which concentrates on only Kavera. The minister appeared before the Parliamentary Committee on Finance to defend the 2026 tax bills returned by the President. Good morning, Uganda. My name is Julie F. Nantaba, and I am with Robert Chiravo Nyonyintono. And with Robert, I know I have to just engage you on the sad news of the tragic accidents. But even the tragic accident that occurred last night.
Well, Julie, it's very sad, and a dark cloud hovers over our nation. Losing 19 by press time, losing 19 pupils of King David Junior School in Ndeje. Now they left Kampala, which is Ndeje Machindye Abagabo division. One of the divisions that make up Kampala is Machindye, one of the 5, and headed to Kapchora to enjoy and have a glimpse of the city falls. 2 days back, when we had this accident of Wuyikwe, remember, I was very furious. I said, why must children travel this very far from where the school is. Why must children, if they're for academic purposes, aren't they, you bring children from Katakwi to come to Kasenyi landing site. You bring children from wherever you're getting them, that they are going to Entebbe. So why must children travel these long distances? That was one of my concerns.
All right.
That if we have these short distance trips, one, the drivers are not fatigued. Two, the vehicles, even if they have mechanical conditions, Judy, we've driven cars, we've driven bikes, but it can have a technical problem. But the longer it is on the road, this technical problem, the longer it is accelerating, being driven long distances, it will develop more technical problems, or the technical problem will worsen.
Right.
So I talked of distance fatigue of the drivers, the vehicles traveling these long distances, they are not serviced, because these vans, it can today take this school, tomorrow the other school, the other day the other school. There's no time for servicing the long distances. But I also talked of overcrowding. You know, when an accident happens, we could save lives, but if you're overcrowded,
sometimes it's hard.
Heavy loading. And I want to thank the Honorable Minister of State for Children, that is Dr. Laksa Mercy Faith. Yesterday she intercepted.
Oh yes, I watched her expose.
She intercepted a coaster that was meant to take 29 children, but it had 70 plus.
Wow.
Now, in case of an accident, how do you expect not loss of, a big loss of lives? The extent of this accident, because these were so squeezed, one is sitting on the other. Just look at this calculation. You're supposed to take 29. You have 70. And I asked a question. Who are we waiting for to die to take action? I want to say this in Uganda.
That's true.
Mwana chigwe tulindo okufa. Mwana wani gwe tulindo okufa.
To take a move.
To take action. Because we began with a school in Machindi. We went to the train accident in Mukono. We went to the Wikwe accident. We've gone to Kapchora. And I think around there there's also another accident. We've not seen tough action being taken.
While more lives.
We could suspend as in all trips.
Indeed.
And the traffic, finally. I want to speak to the traffic personnel. These buses, wherever they pass, what are the traffic officers doing? The children are they're heavily populated. The children are making all kinds of noise in them, dancing, moving.
Right. It
is disaster. The police are waving back. I think we need to take immediate action. Second term is when we have these tours. And finally, I want to urge the Ministry of Education and Sports, with this commercialization of education, parents have little to say, because one of the reasons why we are seeing even these accidents, that these are no longer academic trips, Julie. These are a source of earning. You're taking children to 4 places in Kampala. You're charging 140,000 per child. This is business, Judy.
Right.
It is not about education. I'll look for a trip very far because I know the farther, the more profit I'm making. We should have an audit of these trips.
Indeed, an audit should take shape, but from what happened yesterday to the Ministry of Education, we hope something is said. We hope something is done, because the hearts of parents are breaking. But not just parents, the heart of Uganda is breaking. This is Uganda that is perishing at the end of the day. Now, Robert, let's have a look at what we have on the local scene. I'll begin with good news if nothing happens. We have some very good news as a country if nothing happens. Now, the Ministry of Health discharged the last Ebola case at the National Public Health Emergency Operations Center at Murago. This milestone now indicates that Uganda has started the countdown of 42 the Uganda national anthem actually mean to you? In your view, what does the Uganda national anthem represent? When you sit down as a Ugandan, have you ever thought of the words, the lyrics, the three stanzas? What exactly do they represent? Do share your opinion to 0709 602 592, and that is via WhatsApp. You can also head over to our X handle at UBCTV Uganda, and the hashtag is UBCGMU. Welcome to the show. It is Good Morning Uganda, and it's a Friday, so Fridays we keep it a bit light, but still keep in line with inspiring Uganda here on UBC TV with the show Good Morning Uganda. My name is Julie F. Nantaba, and I am honored once again to host an amazing guest, one whose craft and nurturing I admire when it comes to talent. But he is a legendary musician, he is a songwriter, he is a composer of music, a record composer, record musician, record artist, and he's done a lot for Uganda, has sung a lot of songs that speak or mirror society and the society of the Uganda that we live in, but also the world that we live in. He is the one we thought would have a plethora of knowledge, but as well as authority to speak into the significance of the Uganda national anthem. With me, please do welcome Diplok Segawa. A very good morning to you.
Oh, good morning, Julie. And I'm pleased to be on UBC TV.
All right.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure having you.
Yes,
and really, I'm excited. But let's just start the interview, and definitely we'll unravel or unwrap the detail of Diplok Segawa. And therein, before we even get to the significance of the Uganda national anthem, many know you for the song Soka Omunonye, which is used a lot at people's introduction ceremonies during that time when the Senga is looking for the husband to be introduced into that family. I'll start off with the lighter note. How does that make you feel?
I thank the Lord because it's you feel good when you have done something and it leaves test of time. It stands the test of time. So that song has stood the test of time. So I thank the Lord for that gift.
All right. Yes. And just to stay a bit with Soko Munonye, just tell us a bit of a story about that song. When did you compose it? How did the story come about?
Oh, thank you. I wrote that song. I was in a garden in Masaka, Olusukulwa Matoke. So I had gone with a benefactor who was supporting me at the time when I just started my music. So I reached his home and he was on his way to the farm. I have lived in Kampala most of my time, so when we drove to inside the farm, deep inside in the Matoke farm, he left me there in his car and then went where they are loading the Matoke. I sat in the car for a while and for about an hour or so. And then I started wondering where he is because I was getting scared. It was going up to 6 p.m. Then I said, Kanso Kemunonye, let me look for him.
It's interesting because to many it's a love song.
Yes, it's a love song. And
like
I'll tell you how it evolved to that.
Okay, right.
Yeah, so I said to myself, Kanso Kemunonye. Yeah, so I moved out of the car and walked through the gardens and I found him, yes. But as I was moving out of the car, the tune, in fact the tune, first came to me, then I started. So
when you say the tune,
yes.
Was it the words like
no, the tune and the words came spontaneously, immediately. That chorus first, not the verses. The verses came later. So I picked a pen. I normally move with a pen and a paper. I wrote the song first, the music. So mi mi la so mi 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 do do fa mi. So mi mi la so mi 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 do re re mi. So komunonye watude so komunonye. So komunonye watude so komundage. I wrote the music and the words immediately. In Masaka, the place is called Rwanume, I think. So I wrote it down, and then later on I found him. We moved on.
Right.
But then when I was coming back, in a taxi. Then I started putting on the words, on the words, on the words. And when I reached my group, musical group, because I had a band then, a standing band, I introduced it to them, and we brought different ideas. And the song is here.
Wow, very, very beautiful. I know indeed the rest is history. This is about how many years ago?
That is from 1982. That's about
44 years.
44 years, yeah.
Wow, wow, 44 years later,
yes,
we are still singing, enjoying the song. Sure. Now, allow me just to let you enjoy the song Soko Mnonye, and then we'll be back with more of Diplock Segawa. Good morning. It's the 17th of July 2026, and yesterday the 16th of July 2026 another accident at about 8 p.m. was reported, and about 19 were confirmed dead as children from King David Junior School in Ndeje were from a trip in Kapchora, that is from CP Falls, got involved in an accident therein. After, of course, stories from the past few days of still children on a school trip have been involved in accidents. It's been quite the sad week or the sad month when it comes to accidents here in Uganda. Very sad story indeed. We continue to pray for the souls that have lost their lives in all of these accidents, but we also continue to call for action as to how best these things should be stopped, prevented, avoided, so that the young generation, the future of Uganda, is preserved for Uganda. It is Good Morning Uganda. You are watching UBC TV. We come to you live from the Nile Avenue, and Diplock Segawa, whom we have in studio this morning, to just give us what exactly the significance of the Uganda national anthem is. But of course, we wanted to break the ice by knowing the story behind Soko Mnonye, and of course getting to know a little bit about who Diplock Segawa is. He is a composer, he is a singer, he is a musician, he is a songwriter, and I will add, he is extremely passionate when it comes to music, everything music, and at that also talented. But to be part of the conversation, do share your opinion, share what's on your mind to 0709 602 592, but also do tell us, what exactly does the Uganda national anthem mean to you? And especially in this season, the month of July alone has had a lot, from political arrests throughout the, the first bit of the year, to accidents every now and again. It's a lot of sad stories, a lot of negative news, a lot of confusion, where we are looking for answers as Ugandans, but are not even sure where to get the answers from. One would look at the words of the Uganda national anthem and gets to a realization that actually it could be a prayer that seeks God, but also a prayer that directs us, gives us direction on what our mandate is as a nation. We are getting into all of that in just a bit. Now, in the next few minutes, Diplock Segawa, would love to know just a bit of a background, who you are, how does this talent that you've shared with Uganda come about? Okay,
as I've told you, I've been a singer since 1968.
1968?
1968, because I grew up in a musical family. And my first recording as a singer was in this very studio in UBC station in 1968. So I've been a singer since 1968. I've been a songwriter since 1978, because I first wrote my first song, Lord of the Seas, when I was in Masaka Technical Institute, that is in 1978. Then I've been a performing artist. Yeah. We have singer, songwriter, performing artist. I've been a performing artist since 1982. That's when I formed a band, a performing band. We trained for 2 years before performing. We trained for 1 year before performing. Then our first performance was at Nakasero Primary School.
Well, kindly allow me interject.
Yes.
When you say you performed, you trained for 1 year before ever having your first performance. So what exactly does that mean? Paint a picture of what it is.
Yeah, these days it's
1 year is too much.
Too much, yes. But we used to practice during the holidays. because we were all students. Most of the people I had were students, and in colleges and in secondary schools, just like I was. So we used to practice during the holidays, and all our holidays we spent them at Nakasero Primary School. We were staying there, residential, courtesy of the headmaster then, Mr. Muonge Kewaza. Thank you very much. And that's when we formed the group, and then we first made our first performance at Nakasero Primary School, open day. We would call it Parents' Day. During those days, we used to call it Speech Day. So our first performance was at Nakasero Primary School in November 1982, and then when we performed, the guest of honor was a Prime Minister then. It was called Right Honorable Otema Alimadi. He was the Prime Minister then. So that was our first performance to the public.
Why I'm even interested in you training for a year, did it really make you who you are as a musical group?
Yes.
Did it add value?
Yeah, it did, very much. It was we found a foundation. We made a foundation because we determined, I told the people, the young people I was training with, that we want to form a group that is not going to sing songs from other people. We sing songs we have composed. So that was the beginning. I had already started, as I told you, in 1978. So by that time, I had about 5 to 6 songs, and we did perform them in 1982.
What lesson?
Live performance.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
What lesson would you want the current generation of musicians to pick from that?
Pay attention to what you are doing. Don't just sing for pleasure. Be serious.
So our whole year gives
allows
you to pay attention to detail.
Yeah, to become yourself and to know. Because when you are beginning as a musician or as an artist, you always have some heroes. Heroes, you look at a hero and you want to sing like him or act like him, move like him, walk like him. But when you give yourself a year or two, you get a bit from your hero, but then you start knowing that you are yourself, so that you are not an alternative, you are a difference.
Right. Wow, that is profound in this day and age where we want everything so fast. I think that should land for us, especially if you are in the creative space.
Yes.
Now, as a Ugandan, what does the Uganda national anthem mean to you? Do share what it does mean to you to 0709 602 592. What does it represent? And on to our ex-handler at UBC TV Uganda. I do thank Diplock Segawa so much for just giving us a bit of that background to know what his art and craft has looked like in nurturing it, in building it. And therein, that takes us to the conversation of the Uganda national anthem. Allow me also read just one view from Edson Muhanji, who says, "Good morning, Uganda. Our anthem to me stands for the togetherness, fertile land blessed by nature, and the fear of God Almighty." Edson Muhanji. But anyways, let me also, I will read more comments as they get through. But therein, I'll ask my producer to display just the lyrics of the Ugandan national anthem as we chew on it, as taught by Diplock Segawa therein. Just starting with the first stanza, which says, "O Uganda,
may God
uphold thee." But it's funny that with everything that's happening currently in Uganda, I've seen on social media where people say, "Oh Uganda," and they stop there.
Yes, and they stop.
It depicts
negative
sadness. It depicts shock of why should it be always Uganda. Someone writes, "Oh Uganda."
Oh yes.
But we see, "Oh Uganda, may God uphold thee." Let's talk about the lyrics.
The lyrics.
Stanza by stanza,
yes,
as time allows us, for you to just explain to us what it is.
Yeah. As a preamble for our listeners and those who are watching us on the television, a national anthem is a patriotic musical composition symbolizing and evoking the history, traditions, and struggles of a country's people. So we shouldn't just sing it, but we should talk it and internalize it first.
Talk it.
Talk it.
How many of us actually talk our Ugandan national anthem? Let's just take a look maybe at the first stanza.
Yes.
O Uganda, may God uphold thee.
First internalize those two words.
May God uphold Uganda.
Even when you are singing it, don't just sing it. First talk it. O Uganda, may God uphold thee. So when you are singing it and you have internalized those words, you have in mind that I put that my country. I am requesting, I am praying to God that may you uphold my country.
Yes.
So,
you're praying to God for Uganda.
So when you are performing it or when you are singing it, when you have that in mind, you won't just sing it on faith, but you will have, it's a prayer. As I told you, most of the anthems are like marching or a prayer, a dedication.
Right.
Go to different types of different anthems of the world. They are like a prayer or encouraging the people to believe in themselves.
That reminds me of the German anthem.
Yeah.
It's a hymn.
Yes, it's a hymn.
Yeah.
You find that the Kosi Siklela of South Africa, God bless Africa.
Right.
Again, it's God.
O Uganda, may God uphold thee. We lay our future in your hand, God.
You just can't sing it lightly.
Yes.
That's why I always pray that people, especially when you are training young children, young people, even adults, read those words, not in a hurry. Think about them. That's why I want you talk it. Even some of these songs we compose, if you talk it, you perform it even better. I always tell people, artists, that don't just close your eyes and people
have
think
emotions.
that, no. It's a pretense.
Hey.
Real artists, when they close their eyes, they are really deep. Internalizing the message, the instruments in it. So you can't sing, may God uphold thee, and then you put on an instrument that there is a way you feel that it is, oh Uganda, may God uphold thee. We lay our future. We lay our future.
I will say my experience of learning the Ugandan national anthem. Obviously, I learned it from school, I believe.
Yeah, in primary.
But at no point was I ever taught the depth.
Yeah,
well, we just learned the words, crammed them, and we sing them anyways. But at no point was I ever taught to sit down and internalize the lyrics.
That's where the problem comes from.
What do you think can be a solution for the younger
for the young generation? Yeah. That's why I say that before teaching them the music of the song, of the anthem,
right,
sit them down, talk the song, tell them the meaning of each sentence, so that when they are singing it, they are really dedicating our land, our country, to the Almighty.
They're saying a prayer.
Yeah, they're saying a prayer.
Looking at, you know, the stanzas that we do have, but you are watching UBC TV. We come to you live from the Now Avenue. It is Good Morning Uganda, and with me in studio is Diplok Segawa, a singer, songwriter, and performing artist who is a legendary artist here in Uganda. And you mostly know him for his song Soko Munonye, because it's one that you're exposed to, especially in this generation, when it comes to many weddings, traditional weddings. But he's sung many songs for Uganda that are on all online platforms. You should check them out and do enjoy every message from each song. This morning we are looking at the significance of the Uganda national anthem, and to you, our dear viewer, we're asking you, in your view, what exactly does the Uganda national anthem represent to you? When you sit down, do you think, when you sit down and look at all the stanzas, that is if you are aware that it has 3 stanzas, Do you actually chew on them, and what do you reflect on? What does it represent? Do share to 0709 602 592. That is via WhatsApp. But also head over to our X-handle at UBC TV Uganda, and the hashtag is UBC TV. Looking now at the second stanza that still has no Uganda.
There is united on the first verse.
Oh, okay.
United, free.
Yes, we can still chew on it.
United.
Yeah.
Ask yourself, are we united?
Oh, wow.
United, free, for liberty. Are we united? Do we have liberty?
United. Are we also free?
Are we also free?
Do you think we are free?
So then, if you internalize all those words, if every one of us internalize those stanzas, then we would, because whatever you do, you would reflect to the anthem. Whenever you have a conflict with one another as citizens, especially in groups like political parties, etc., you say, united, free. Are we united? Ask yourself. If you are not, then act on it.
Right.
Yes. That's why I say that when you sing stanza by stanza and you've learned it, you'll find that we have even a better country.
Right, because the first stanza closes with together we'll always stand. So whenever you're in a conflict, you remember these lines.
Then try your level best to see that together we'll always stand. We
can have a solution together.
Even at the small units in offices, at school, in companies, together we'll always stand. Together, if it rings in your mind every time when you are in a community, together we'll always stand. In a village, are we together?
So from what you're saying, what I hear you say is that this national anthem should be so embedded in our culture that at school it's sung every day. Before the work goes on at school. But in offices as well, before office work starts, let all employees, I'm picturing that. So that at the end of the day...
Practically it may not be possible, but we should not sing it, whenever we have to sing it, we should sing it with purpose and with our minds set on the anthem. Not just, let's sing the anthems. Let's sing them, but let's internalize them as we are singing them. I am a realist. There is a way I look at people at times when they are singing the anthem and I say, they don't mean it. Sometimes I look at it and they don't mean it, or they don't even understand it, or they haven't taken time to... like in Parliament, they would, even if it is displayed and they all keep quiet, and they just look at the words without singing anything. Before the session, then they look at, oh, Uganda, may God. Whatever they are going to debate, everybody will be reflecting. Because whenever I see some conflicts, especially in politics, do they remember the anthem? Do they put it in practice, or we just sing it as a routine? That's why I say that we start with the young ones. The older generation may have already been corrupted. But if we start with the young generation and we don't teach them just the singing, but learning word by word, and whenever you have a conflict in community, you say, oh, Uganda, may God uphold thee. Or like the last word, together we'll always stand. Together means a lot. Together means a lot, because it means agali awamu. When we are together, we can do a lot. We can achieve a lot. But then we go on with divisions. We highlight the divisions more than the unity for purpose.
More than the solution.
More than the solution. So that's why I say that when we sing the song, which we have internalized first, especially from the young ones, and as community, we'll achieve better as a country, and we'll sing the song. One time you can even watch people singing this song with tears flowing, because they will be understanding it. Where there is no unity, somebody will be guilty.
Let's kindly allow me read a few comments that are coming through.
Okay.
Good morning. Our anthem represents God's love among ourselves, unity, and explains why we should be patriotic to sustain better. But surprisingly, tears and worries is what we are always living in due to our leaders' failure to balance justice in all matters. Secondly, the population have also failed to think beyond and realize their responsibility of being patriots and choosing real leaders instead of voting for people with just knowledge and English language. This is Katwesije Johnson, Mr. Katwesije Johnson, who is in Kabowa, and Miriam Katumba, says thank you. Good morning, Julie, and our special guest. Indeed, he's very special, and only Julie can witness that. Now, the national anthem to me is a prayer. The first line is in the first stanza, that is, "O Uganda, may God uphold thee. We lay our future in thy hands." Only tells us how devoted our nation is to the Creator.
Sure.
Whenever I see the immoralities happening in some Western countries like the LGBTQ, legalizing marijuana, leaning on protecting human rights, yet such evils are still taboos in my country.
Yes.
The endless wars, that's when our anthem clicks in my mind, and our motto, "For God and my country," summarizes it all.
Yes.
That we made God the first priority, and we are walking in the right path. Keep resting in paradise. George William Kakoma. That is the composer of the Uganda national anthem. And this is cricket Derek Gagamel from Machindye Luwafu. And finally, good morning UBC TV. As he has just said, we just sing it without purpose. Because when you look at what is going on through our country, really, may God uphold thee. This is Anderson. May I ask, is there a chance that you ever met George William Kakoma?
Yes, I did. Very much so.
What was he like?
He was a humble man. Down to earth.
Was he very musical like you?
Yeah, no, he was very musical. They were very musical, those people. They were. But they were not, as I told you, the anthem is not for showing off. And he was humble. You just thank God who gave us that person and all the people he worked with to produce such an anthem. As I told you before, as we began, the anthem, when it comes, it might come through a competition, I know, but then even those few which go through, there is God blessing in such pieces of music.
Yes.
So he was a humble man. I used to see him when I was just beginning, even up to around 1990s, I was seeing him. And I am humbled. I performed at his death in the National Theatre when the casket was laying at the stage of the National Theatre. I performed a song, We Will Remember Them.
Right.
Yes, so I was honored. He was a humble man. But they did a very great job. So that's why I want to say that let's just concentrate on nurturing the song and singing it with purpose.
What makes Uganda's national anthem unique, according to you?
It's unique. In fact, I've had an opportunity to sing and to listen to many anthems.
Right.
There are anthems you listen to and you really say that, yes, that is an anthem. And I've had the opportunity even to compose some anthems for schools. So there is something, you internalize what you are doing and go to the depth of the institution. Uganda anthem, when you listen to those three stanzas, each of them has got a special dedication. We have said the land of freedom, like the second verse. Oh, Uganda, the land of freedom.
It sort of shows us who we are.
Yes, who we are. Our love and labor, we give. You get our love and labor, we give to you, country.
So that means each individual, you're thinking of the love you have as an individual and the labor you're giving.
So that whenever you toil, you are doing it for country.
Not for person.
What a pleasure. not for individuals.
Right.
So our land and labor we give, and with all neighbors
At our country's
at our country's core. That's why you say that whenever you sing it, then when you go to that and with all neighbors, then you know that you have a duty to be in good relationship with all neighboring countries.
You know, someone once upon a time was talking the last stanza, and they said that when you complain that Uganda, because Uganda on record hosts the largest number of refugees in the world.
Yes, which is
but also,
but
also when you look at one of the things that the president of Uganda has emphasized on is to have troops go to our countries that are war-stricken in Africa for purposes of peace.
Yes.
And when you read that, and with our neighbors all at our countries
in peace and friendship,
it sort of depicts what his intention is.
Yes.
For every troop
sent to another country.
But for every refugees that are also allowed.
That we can come into.
Part of our mandate as a nation.
Yes, a mandate. Yeah, you find that such acts, if you read the second verse, then such acts of His Excellency and the country at large depict what we are. At our country's call, in peace and friendship will live. Not so?
Yes, yes.
So, if all these children, young people and the older people read those words, don't you see that if we put them in practice, we would have less problems, especially as Ugandans, within ourselves? It's patriotism. A song itself is patriotism. So, it's important we go to the last verse. The last verse?
Yes.
Yeah, the meaning of the last verse. Because we have,
At our country.
The last stanza. Or Uganda, the land that feeds us.
Actually, that's
the last verse. Yes, I've known them by head for a long time. O Uganda, the land that feeds us by sun and fertile soils grown. So it means we get food from our country gives us food. We shouldn't look for food elsewhere.
Now that we are studying this national anthem, it also reminds me that with the third stanza, we should be very active as Ugandans when it comes to climate change.
Yes.
The conversation of climate change.
Planting trees and things like that. And whenever our friends in Karamoja, like I heard they were having a problem, then that food should be coming from another part of the country to feed fellow Ugandans, but not getting food from importing food. So, and we should care. We should tell even the people that this consignment is going to help our brothers and sisters in this place of our country, in this area, in this region. So that even people know that when we grow food, when God gives, you know, as we say, that gifted by nature, when God gives us the nature, the beautiful nature, it means we need to put in efforts to grow food so that in case of problems, in case of famine, we can feed even our neighbors. So these are the words. You don't need even to change them. You only need to analyze them. I
really do thank you, because it's today that it's sinking deep for me as well. And I believe for you who is watching us this morning, that the three stanzas of the Ugandan national anthem, as displayed for you on the screen, are actually speaking to you. The first stanza is you praying to God, first dedicating Uganda to God. And then the second stanza is you understanding what is your purpose as a Ugandan. No one on this planet Earth is existing just and going through it. Each individual has a purpose. You did not choose to be Ugandan, but God chose us to be Ugandan. And the second stanza is actually airing it out for you that as a Ugandan, you have a purpose. As Uganda, we have a purpose that you, myself, each one as an individual is supposed to contribute to. And then the third stanza is just showing you who we are as a country and what we are supposed to preserve in who we are. It's showing you that we are the pearl of Africa, and we are supposed to preserve that each one at a time, as individuals, we are supposed to get onto these conversations, the bandwagon of climate change, climate conservation, protecting the environment and the wetlands, everything in there. These conversations that we keep on having, fighting corruption tooth and nail, because this is who we are. We want to preserve who we are as Uganda. Aren't you excited that these things are actually being brought to you or revealed to you by Diplock Segawa, as we understand the significance of the Uganda national anthem? Kindly allow me just read one comment. Hi, Julie, good morning. Warm greetings to Diplock. I'm enjoying the show. I first met Diplock in 1982 while at Shimoni TTC. Wow. We have been friends till today. Glory be to God the Almighty. This is Andrew Kalyango. Yes. Beautiful. Surely, indeed. And now, what message would you give to the government? How can the government help Ugandans change the narrative, starting now?
Oh, starting now.
With policies, governance, especially now that Chisanja is still new.
Yes.
Yes, in the next 5 years.
If each one of us is made to be focused on doing what he is doing and doing it perfectly. In Uganda we say, Orubimbirwo. Concentrate on what God gave you to do for Uganda and do it perfectly well. The rest will fall, all the cards will fall in pieces. Just look at the ants in Kuyege. Each one brings a very small piece of mud.
That's true.
But you find an anthill so big because it's a concerted effort. In fact, I have one of my songs. I wrote it in 1985. It's called No More Fight. But the last verse it says, the last verse says, imagine if we were one and built a precious world of our own. Our land is quite enough. That is just, those are few lines of my song called No More Fight. I wrote it in 1985 at the height of conflicts in Uganda. At the height of conflicts in Uganda. I said, imagine if we were one and built a precious world of our own. We have a problem. The rich are on their own. The poor are on their own. The rich don't care. Yet if we all cared, like the ants I told you, the small insects, they have never gone to school. But they build a huge anthill because of unity. So if we could sing this song with purpose, and everyone, each one of us, whichever area you do, don't belittle yourself. Even if you are slashing compounds for people, do it perfectly well. In fact, I have got another song called Deep Inside. I have never recorded it yet. It's called Deep Inside. That whatever you do, do it deep inside, perfect it.
Yes.
So when we, together as a country, each one perfects whatever he or she is doing, we shall achieve. The government, of course, is the one in the lead. We learn by example. Try to persuade people to do well. Encourage them. Let's not use a whip. Let's talk fast, as much as possible, to convince people, especially young people, to learn this anthem. It will solve a lot of problems.
They learn to love their country.
Yeah, we can learn to love our country by just doing whatever the anthem says.
Right.
Like the last verse, it says, on the other, we will always stand, by sun and fertile soil grown, that we have talked about that one, working. And then for our own dear land, we will always stand the pearl of Africa's crown. It means that if all these things are put in place, we are getting to the crown. We will always stand the pearl of Africa's crown. What a privilege.
Indeed. Also, what a privilege for us to have you this morning to educate us and show us, reveal to us the light there is in the significance of the Uganda national anthem. Now, I understand you have new music out.
Yes, I have a new album. It's called 4 Good Words.
4 Good Words.
Unite, 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 unite.
Right. 4 Good Words is already available on all streaming platforms.
Yes.
And
10 more tracks.
With 10 more tracks.
Yeah, yes.
Available for you to enjoy the fact that Diplock Segawa is still singing and to enjoy his music, his voice, and above all else, his message. Now, the conversation has to come to the end, but allow me also close it with, let me just first ask for your parting shots. What are your parting shots?
I love the people of Uganda. I wish we could be one and build a precious country of our own.
That sinks deep. That sinks deep. That sinks deep. Now, on a very light note, allow me also say that I'm proud to say that he's my father, my dad. Diplock Segawa is my father. And tomorrow is your birthday.
Yes, I'm making 68.
So I'm going to sing for you a happy birthday.
Okay, please.
I might not have the best voice like you do,
yes,
but happy birthday to you.
Good.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to your daddy.
Thank you. Thank
Happy
you.
birthday to you. Now I'm also crying.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good Morning Uganda does continue on, and Robert Chiramo Nyonyintono is coming up with another conversation. A little later on, we'll also be having the Levites, a dance group telling stories through the Bible. So stay tuned because Good Morning Uganda does continue. Good morning.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda. Pick of the day on UBC.
One-on-one with Michael Jordan Lukomwa.
A weekly face-to-face conversation focusing on accountability, inspiration, information, and sensitization of the public from the various sources such as inspirational profiles.
Having disability is not inability.
Every Friday 9 p.m. it's one-on-one with Michael Jordan Lukomwa.
Don't you see anywhere that you would give a credit in the fight against COVID?
My role as the owner of the country is not to, be preoccupied by giving credit to my servant.
We have said that if we are to talk to General Museveni, there must be certain conditions in place.
Is it true that you paid 5 million shillings to MPs that voted for?
Was brought to you by.
I'll call you every day, yeah, yo, baby, don't know.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks. Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000 or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21# and select daily or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
My question is, what is the difference between rental tax and income tax? How comes I'm paying both taxes on my own premises? If you want to have a tin, but you are not making any income from your business, you should take on the obligation to continue filing your nil return.
Commissioner General, to invest in taxation. When people understand taxes and they know the importance of taxes and they know the fair assessment of these taxes they're supposed to pay, I think everybody will embrace taxation.
As banning groupage cargo, clearance protects small traders who cannot afford to import full container loads individually and rely on consolidation to remain competitive. Cargo to come in groupage is consolidation, it's legitimate, and we can't ban it. What we have banned, or what we have stopped, is the use of container leaders. Now, Fiona, the good news I have for you is that among the new tax proposals,
now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887 and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Booza Commissioner.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archive stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, every story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Juko. Yo. What you go? Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, it is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a portrait project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better.
PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
Coming soon on UBC.
In a land rich with culture, resilience and untold stories, and new stories about to unfold. Introducing Inside Karamoja, a fresh and inspiring look into the heart of Karamoja. This is who we are. Our voices matter. The future starts here. Discover emerging talents, hear from experts, and connect with stories that matter. Get ready to see Karamoja like never before. Inside Karamoja, coming soon, only on UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Lovely morning to you, and thank you so much for being with us on UBC TV. Welcome to this segment where we are going to be looking at something very important, a conference that is coming your way for a certain profession. And joining me on set to discuss this, I have Nimwesige Mebo, who is the Executive Director, Uganda National Association of Builders, Suppliers and Engineering Contractors. It is a big thing. An association that brings together builders, suppliers, and engineering contractors. Mebo, you're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you.
This is a very big thing.
Yeah.
And let me begin by understanding what is the role of this association and what does it play in Uganda's construction sector?
All right, thank you. UNABSEC is Uganda National Association of Builders, Suppliers and Engineering Contractors. It's been in existence for 33 years. It has a mandate to pray. In hierarchy, it has an AGM It has board of directors, and it has a secretariat that I do head. Of course, we have a vision, which is to build resilient and inclusive construction sector that drives innovation and sustainable development across Africa. It's a non-profit, a non-political and member-driven association. Currently, it stands at 485 companies that deal in construction, supplying of construction materials and manufacturing of construction materials. As any other association, we have core values. You may abbreviate them as GRACE, which is genuine, resilient, accountable, committed, and engaged. Our services, they include lobbying and advocacy. We do represent the interests of our members with government and different stakeholders and policy makers. We do capacity building, yes, for our members in terms of training. Yes, we do have a graduate trainee. We do identify students in their final years. Yes, we get them placement with our members, because it's one thing to study, but it's one thing also to put your skills into practical. We also do business surveys for our members, and of course we look for business for our members. We also do research and development. Briefly, that's what the UNABSEC Association is about.
Now, after UNABSEC, there is a coming forum and exhibition. Now, help us understand, what is the Uganda Construction and Infrastructure Forum and exhibition, and why is it important to Uganda?
All right, thank you. Uganda Construction and Infrastructure Forum and exhibition, it's a premier platform that brings together contractors, engineers, manufacturers, suppliers, policymakers, academia, and the general public together. The first one happened in 2023. This is the second one. The event will take place on the 16th and 17th of September at Kampala Serena Hotel. We shall start with the contractors run. Yes, as one of our corporate social responsibility. As an association, we also believe in giving back to our community. The theme for this year's run is to end asbestos. Asbestos is a component in iron sheets that were used back then. They are commonly at schools, government schools and hospitals, and when they deteriorate their fiber, they are harmful to health of course of the students as the general public that use those facilities. So we thought about ending that roofing. We are currently running a campaign. We sent out a call to the community. We have so far received more than 20 requests from those schools and health facilities. The proceeds from the run, they will be used to roof at least one school, depending on how we shall perform. Yes, thank you. And of course, we have a theme for the forum. The theme is hastening digitalization and innovation in construction and infrastructure development. Why this event is important? Number one, it will bring different players in construction sector. Of course, we have come up with, it will be a forum, it will be a panel discussion together with exhibition. The exhibition is free. Anyone from public is free to come and exhibit. We shall be at Serena. Then the forum will be in the conference hall. Why it is more important to attend or to pick interest in this event, number one, We have 6 strategic areas that we shall be discussing. They include digital transformation in construction and infrastructure, climate resilience, construction and manufacturing. Of late, you see how the climate has changed. It has affected, so the infrastructure that we are doing, it should fit the climate changes that we are facing. I think you know the story about the recent floods. But we shall also talk about procurement and supply chain innovation, innovation in financing, banking and insurance solutions. One of the challenges that we are facing as contractors and suppliers of construction materials is financing. So we have invited the financiers to come and speak to our members, to the public, on how best they can work together with the construction sector to access affordable financing. And also, we also believe in gender. We have, in the forum, we shall have a panel discussion of women in construction. It's purely women in construction. I said that we have 485 companies that subscribe with us. You can't imagine, out of those, only 12 are owned by women. So we also want to empower.
Women in construction, that is not easy.
Yeah.
Even the 12 companies, it is something, because these are fields predominantly dominated by men.
True.
So when we see women even having companies, it's not the best, but at least I'm proud of that. 12 is a good number for a start.
Yes. Yes, and we believe what a man can do, a woman can do.
Let's not go into that.
Yes.
Let's not go into that. Don't open a can of worms on this Friday. But now, you've had conferences before, and this is the 4th of its kind. How different is it from the past? And why should someone interest themselves to be part of this? What is so unique about this?
Yes, like I've said, this is our second Usifi in brief. We had the first one in 2023. Of course, it was a survey. We learned a lot of lessons. This time we have come more organized and bigger. But what is unique about this very one, we have attracted the international stakeholders that they will be joining us in this year's forum. But also, like the world is going digital, if you look at the theme, we are so much interested in technology and how best can we use technology in construction. As you know, construction is very effective. It is cost effective. So we want to leave the traditional way of construction and we venture into digitalization in construction. Yeah, thank you.
Now, the theme is very interesting there. It's all about digitalization. But why would an ordinary Ugandan be concerned about this association?
All right, thank you. Like any ordinary citizen, we should be concerned about construction.
I'm not a builder, I'm not an engineer, I'm not a supplier, I don't take on contracts.
Yes, all right. Like I've said, infrastructure is, agriculture is the backbone of Uganda, but it is followed by construction. We are the second largest employer. We contribute to 12% GDP. So why an ordinary Uganda should be interested in this forum? Number one, they will come and learn from the new trends in construction. Number two, they will understand how infrastructure works. We have a member who is called MMI Steel Chiboko Mavati. They have an app called Fundi. Even if you're just an ordinary person and you're not an engineer, you just go to that app, you type in, for example, how many bags of cement do I need in, say, 1 ton of sand. The app will tell you. So as an ordinary person, this engineer will not take advantage of you. Rather, you will also be equipped in knowing that what the engineer is advising me is actually the right thing. Yes.
Now, it is a conference of contractors, suppliers, builders, but then you're having a run in the conference.
Yes.
Share in-depth reason for this run.
All right, thank you. Like I said before, the reason for the run is to end asbestos. We want to re-roof some schools and health facilities that are still roofed with asbestos, and the reason it's because it is its fibers, when they deteriorate, they cause actually cancer and pneumonia. The reason for the run is to end, is a campaign to end asbestos. It's not something we can end in a year, but we are creating public awareness so that actually the call here is to call the public, the manufacturers of iron sheets, to come and join us in this cause so that we can end the asbestos roofing. The run will take place on 13th of September at Kampala Serena Hotel from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. If anyone is interested in the run, we have you can visit our website and you register, but we do not have only a physical run, we also have a virtual run. We have an app, it is accessible through our website. You log into that run, in that app, then you start your run digitally. Yes, and of course the proceeds from the run, they will be used to roof the schools and the health facilities that are already been identified.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that brings me yet to another question. As a participant, how do I benefit in Funiramuwa?
Yes, like I said, it's a corporate social responsibility. It is a social cause. For example, if right now you go to one of those health centers that are roofed with asbestos, you may go sick, but you come back sick. Once you come and run, the proceeds from the run, they will be used to roof such facilities. But also in terms of physicals, when you come and run, you will. It's a physical exercise that will help your body. Basically, it is a social corporate responsibility that it's a call that we have put to the public to come and join in ABSEC so that we put asbestos to an end. Thank you.
Very interesting, putting asbestos to an end. Now you can be part of it. You don't have to only be in this particular sector or a member of the association. You can also jump in for the run as well. Now also help us understand how is attendance. We know the 16th to the 17th of September, but is attendance by invitation? Has Christ paid it all? You know, should I just wake up and I know we'll have hotels? Serena, these 2 days there is lunch, I want to believe. There is some breakfast. There is also information. So I can say, I think I've gotten some free time. I hosted maybe here, I think it is time for lunch. I go and I be part of this wonderful meal going to be served.
All right, who can participate? It's open to general public. For the run, you have to buy a kit. It's only at 60,000, and the 60,000 of course comes with a vest, with a cape and a water bottle. And for the forum, it's only free, strictly to UNABSEC members. Yes. paid up UNABSEC members. However, it's open to general public with a small fee attached. For non-UNABSEC members, we have an early bird. You pay 300,000 from now up to 15th of August. If you do not pay by 15th of August, then you're required to pay 400,000. However, we are also sensitive to our young generation because we know that, for example, a student may not have the 400,000. We have a special category for students and young professionals with an early bird at 150, and beyond the 15th of August, they will be required to pay 250,000.
Okay. Now let me just take a look at some of the messages that have come in this morning. Good morning, Phil from Karamoja. Thank you for the show. The removal of asbestos from schools and health centers should be government's role. The problem is government employees like engineers, environmental officers, and insensitive on issues affecting the people. The other issue is on road construction. The roads are becoming values instead of paver roads. When it rains, the water floods the roads. What should be done by the engineers? Well, thank you, Philip, from Karamoja, for always watching, being part of the show, and indeed sending in messages. Now, let's first look at one thing also very importantly. For non-members, you've explained how they can be part of it. But for the sponsors, how do they come in here and what do they stand to benefit?
All right. For the sponsors, the sponsorship is open to general public, and I'm happy to announce that so far we have some sponsors, and we are still looking for more sponsors. So far we have Beacon Construction Company, who is a UNABSEC member. They will be our silver sponsor. We have Centenary Bank. We have OSG Group. We have Mantrack, who is also a UNABSEC member. They are going to be our bronze sponsor. Depending on the category of sponsorship you come to give us, each sponsorship category has different categories, but the general benefits, of course, number one, they include we advertise for you on our website, on our social platforms as well. You will have a chance to come and speak to the delegation during the event. We shall offer you a free exhibition area, and we shall give you 10 slots of individuals to come and attend the forum, and running kits, for those who will come to attend the run. But you will also appear in our magazine, Contractor Magazine. We issue magazines biannually, that is twice a month. We have so far issued the one of the first 2 quarters of the year, and we are yet to publish the second magazine. So all sponsors will appear in the Contractors Magazine, and our magazine, of course, it's both a soft copy and a hard copy, and it gives in general visibility to our sponsors. Yeah.
Now, we've talked about the conference that is coming, and one would love to know, we are going at this conference in a time of challenges. We have counterfeit, building or construction material. We have impersonators. You're an engineer, but you find many people, they are now called engineers. Engineer. But this engineer, Now, we also have buildings that are collapsing left, center, and central. Now, what message do you have for the policymakers at such a trying moment of this construction sector in this country?
All right, thank you. The message that I have to policymakers in relation to examples that you have given, the collapsing buildings, the floody roads, it's the role of the government and the authorities that take the engineers, that is the ERB and the building review. For us as UNABSEC, like I said, we are a non-political, a non-profit, and a member-driven association. Our mandate is limited because we are not enacted by the Act of Parliament.
But I just wanted your opinion as you,
exactly,
the policymaker.
Yes, I'm
as
coming. Exactly,
yes.
I'm coming to the opinion, but I was giving you a background to back up my opinion. Yes, now I come to the opinion. Number one, us as UNABSEC, we pride in having genuine contractors.
Okay.
One of the things that we do project monitoring. If a UNABSEC member is having a project, be it a building, be it a road construction, we have a team of expertise, the engineers. They come and monitor the project at every stage. The reason why we do that, it's because we want to avoid what you're asking. My opinion or my call that I'm giving to policymakers, they should employ contractors that has a sense of belonging. Yes, because as you know, the construction is not regulated. We have over 1,000 companies registered as construction companies, but you can imagine UNABSEC only has 485 contractors. It's a call to government to encourage other contractors to join UNABSEC, to join these associations, so that we have a combined mandate and effort to monitor these projects to avoid, because at the end of it all, it causes a loss, and that is, of course, wasting taxpayers' money. Yes.
Now, I must let you go, but before I do that, let me just have your parting shot, please.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Chirabo. I want to take this opportunity to thank you, BC, for hosting us and to give us a platform to talk to public about UNABSEC, its mandate, and our upcoming event. It's a call to the public, to whoever is able to stand with us in this event as exhibitor, as sponsor. We are open. We are located at Uma Showgrounds. We have an office open from Monday to Friday. We have a website. You can reach out to us so that we have this event together. Thank you.
Well, it will be running on the 16th and 17th of September. So if you are interested to attend, make sure you do not miss. And we hope out of this we shall have better people in the practice of that is builders, contractors, and suppliers. We need to make some changes so that we remove counterfeit from the market, but also in the era of digitalization, which is part of the theme of this second Uganda Construction and Infrastructure Forum and Exhibition. So have the best of your day. God bless you.
My question is, what is the difference between rental tax and income tax? How comes I'm paying both taxes on my own premises? If you want to have a tin, but you are not making any income from your business, you should take on the obligation to continue filing your nil return.
Commissioner General, to invest in taxation. When people understand taxes and they know the importance of taxes and they know the fair assessment of these taxes they're supposed to pay, I think everybody will embrace taxation.
Does banning groupage cargo clearance protect small traders who cannot afford to import full container loads individually and rely on consolidation to remain competitive? Cargo to come in groupage is consolidation, it's legitimate, and we can't ban it. What we have banned, or what we have stopped, is the use of container leaders. Now, Fiona, the good news I have for you is that among the new tax proposals,
now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887, and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Booza Commissioner.
The World Football Spectacle is here! From the vibrant cities of Canada, the passion of Mexico, and the grand stages of the United States, the FIFA World Cup 2026 is set to ignite the planet. Every goal, every save, every moment of glory, live and unforgettable on UBC TV and all its radio stations. From the streets of Rio to the night and day. Follow Africa's finest, football's biggest stars, and the battle for the most converted trophy in world football. Where legends rise, come alive, and history is made. UBC is your home of the FIFA World Cup 2026. Stay tuned to UBC TV and all UBC's radio stations, bringing the world to Uganda, one match at a time.
Juko. Yo. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a poultry project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. What you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better.
PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
Coming soon on UBC.
In a land rich with culture, resilience and untold stories, and new stories about to unfold. Introducing Inside Karamoja, a fresh and inspiring look into the heart of Karamoja. This is who we are. Our voices matter. The future starts here. Discover emerging talents, hear from experts, and connect with stories that matter. Get ready to see Karamoja like never before. Inside Karamoja, coming soon, only on UBC, inspiring Uganda.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archived stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Hi, I'm called Baka, and welcome to Kiswahili Kimoja. Let's look at some vegetables. Tuangalie mboga. Mchicha. Mchicha. Spinach. Mama anakata mchicha. Mama anakata mchicha. Mother is cutting spinach. Malenge. Malenge. Pumpkin. Nyanya ameleta malenge. Nyanya ameleta malenge. Grandma has brought a pumpkin. Bamia. Bamia. Okra. Jirani anakanga bamia. Jirani anakanga bamia. The neighbor is frying okra. Pilipili hoho. Pilipili hoho. Bell pepper. Mkulima anavuna pilipili hoho. Mkulima anavuna pilipili hoho. The farmer is harvesting bell pepper. Good job. Kazi nzuri. Remember, the more you practice, the easier it gets. See you next time. Tutaonana tena. Hi, I'm called Baka, and welcome to Kiswahili Kimoja. Let's look at some more vegetables. Tuangalie mboga zaidi. Pilipili. Pilipili. Hot pepper. Baba anaongeza pilipili kwenye mchuzi. Baba anaongeza pilipili kwenye mchuzi. Father is adding hot pepper to the soup. Giligilani. Giligilani. Coriander. Mpishi anakata giligilani. Mpishi anakata giligilani. The cook is chopping coriander. Kitunguu saumu. Kitunguu saumu. Garlic. Dada anakata vitunguu saumu. Dada anakata vitunguu saumu. Sister cutting garlic. Uyoga. Uyoga. Mushroom. Mama anapika uyoga. Mama anapika uyoga. Mother is cooking mushrooms. Good job. Kazi nzuri. Remember, the more you practice, the easier it gets. See you next time. Tutaonana tena. Hi, I'm called Baka, and welcome to Kiswahili Kimoja. Let's look at some more vegetables. Tuangalie mboga zaidi. Tini. Tini. Beetroot. Dada anatengeneza juisi ya tini. Dada anatengeneza juisi ya tini. Sister is making beetroot juice. Tango. Tango. Cucumber. Shangazi anatafuna tango. Shangazi anatafuna tango. Aunt is chewing a cucumber. Karoti. Karoti. Carrot. Mwalimu anabeba karoti. Mwalimu anabeba karoti. The teacher is carrying carrots. Nyanya. Nyanya. Tomato. Mama amenunua nyanya. Mama amenunua nyanya. Mother has bought tomatoes. Good job. Kazi nzuri. Remember, the more you practice, the easier it gets. See you next time. Tutaonana tena.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Mulindeko. A very good morning to you. It is Good Morning Uganda, and you are watching UBC TV on a Friday. We make it lighter, but with the vision to inspire Uganda. My name is Julie F. Nantaba, and this morning, like I had mentioned earlier, we are having a dance group that tells Bible stories through dance. And it's something that we're chewing on, but also chewing on to greater things that they are up to. And if it's your first time to hear of dance and the Bible, or telling a story through dance, well, this is your place to be. My name is Julie F. Nantaba. Be part of the conversation. 0709 602 592. With me, welcome the Levites. And I'll start on my immediate left, just for you to introduce yourself. I definitely know him, but I'd love for you to receive all the accurate information from the horse's mouth. A very good morning to you.
Good morning, Julie. Good morning, Uganda. So good to be here.
Right.
Josh Jasper here, part of the Levite team, and we are glad to be at UBC this morning.
All right, and Jasper's neighbor.
Good morning. Good morning, Julie. My name is Michael Kaizeri. Excited to be here.
Right.
Yeah.
Super excited to have you both. Indeed, it's a good morning to you both, gentlemen. And I'll start with Josh for you to tell us of the Levite. First and foremost, I think you will take note of the garb that they have on. They do have a symbol. I hope my cameraman is able to zoom into that so that we're able to see it. But as you can see, Josh is putting on a shirt with a particular symbol. And Michael as well is wearing a jumper there with that very symbol. What is the Levite, or who is the Levite?
The Levite is a show that we do every year.
Yeah.
We try to bring the stories from the Bible and bring them live on stage here in Kampala, but also in the towns around and very soon across East Africa.
Right.
The show basically lives to use dance as a communication tool to bring about the stories from the Bible and to inspire people that the Bible is not boring, but also to ask the dancers being able to use dance beyond what we've been tied to of being backup dancers, but also being able to stand and present something that can stand by itself as dance.
That's quite profound. Coming to you, Michael, when we talk about dance, one would wonder what exact stories dance tells. But why of all crafts, away from music, away from poetry, away from, I don't know, anything regarding talking maybe, or spoken word art, why of all crafts did you settle for dance as a way of telling a story of the Bible?
I think like Josh mentioned, dance has been branded backup, the second thing, the thing that supports other things. But dance as well as a talent is a standalone. It can carry as much communication, as much message as any other art, as any other tool for communication. Us as individuals are dancers primarily. So our art, our talent is not in spoken, is not in telling other stories. Our talent is dance. So coming together and coming with this art to communicate is one of the tools that we have decided as Christians, as dancers, can we come together and formulate this and make sure that we communicate this as efficiently as possible. But also we feel that we are efficient enough to tell these stories through dance because it evokes different emotions other than other forms of communication. When you're in that room, when you come today, this evening, in that room, you'll be able to feel, to see, and even hear in that moment these stories being told live.
Right. Now, the Levites, I don't think this is the first show.
No.
Definitely one would also want to put trust to it, and I'll stay with you, Michael, but if you're just joining in, you are watching Good Morning Uganda, the Friday edition, and right now we are talking dance and telling the story of life, but especially, most importantly, the story of the Bible through the art of dance. Have a question, have an opinion, want to learn a thing or two, want to get in touch, 0709-602-592. When it comes to telling the story of the Levites, so one would wonder, do these guys know what they are doing? So I, for one, I've been able to have the opportunity to watch the productions in the past. And indeed, as you said, there's evoking of emotions. It is there, for sure. It is there.
Yeah.
Tell us about the past shows and what it's been like and what inspired the shows to even start in the first place.
So we've had the privilege of having, this is the 4th edition, so we've had 4 shows. But during COVID, we had an experiment of doing a show called Already Not There. And that was Josh's story. And through that, we had conversations and we had sharing of the Bible, and something sparked of, instead of telling our personal stories, why don't we just tell the stories that have been given to us by the Lord in the Bible? Why don't we just get the stories that are already there, but then tell them in a way that we know how to as Christians? And we have told the John Baptist story, the stories about priests, stories about prophets, and now we are trying to put all of them together, from prophets, kings, and priests, to just bring all that together into one big show. From we're doing them in National Theatre, and now we're thinking, let's just go bigger to the arena and have them told at once.
Right.
Yeah.
Very profound at that. And that means when you hear the word shows, we're giving you plot for Friday. Yeah? Life doesn't have to be boring. So after work, consider going to see the Levite dance production at the MTN Arena. We'll definitely be filling you in with the detail of what you need to be able to watch the show. But let's also just come back a bit to understand the whole art of dance in this day and age. And I'll pose it to you, Josh. How exactly are the older generation. Now, Uganda is 75% a young country.
Yeah.
And the older generation or senior citizens sometimes don't understand these things. These things don't make sense at all. So how are we able to convince, or how are you able to convince the older generation that this is actually an important tool that is used by younger people, and even older people can enjoy it?
Yeah, obviously, as Ugandans, as Africans, our first mode of expression is dance. I have backup on that. Look at any baby, any child, before they learn how to speak, when you play music, they'll
shake their body.
They will shake their bodies. So it's something natural with us, but also looking at our culture, all the 50+ tribes, every tribe in Uganda dances. It's not like how maybe in the West how dance is strange. Here, dance is part of who we are. So being able to use the same gift to tell a story, it's something as Africans we understand. The only difference we have here is that maybe some of the sounds that might be used in the dance may not be the back simba sometimes, or the runyege, or the staguro. Yeah. But regardless, every African, we are moved by rhythm. We have that gift of natural rhythm. So the senior citizens shouldn't feel like they're left out. But also, as Africans, we're storytellers. And the Levite basically thrives on storytelling, but using movement. But not only movement, also we also have like music coming in, poetry. But the center of the show is dance. Being dance, it's be the most entertaining. Like you're able to tell the story, because also dance has one gift. Dance is the language that can be interpreted by anyone without being limited by language.
Yeah.
So someone from Spain, someone from Portugal, someone from Europe, someone from Latin, someone from here, Africa. When someone dances, you're able to know this person is happy, this person is sad. Like, it's so easy for you to tell the story. So to the senior citizens, this thing belongs to you, but also the stories you bring to life. Uganda is about 80% a Christian country. So these stories are stories we've had while growing up. Stories of Moses, stories of David in the Bible. So you being able to come and put them like on face and get to add flesh or a physical aspect to it, there is a way your Bible becomes even easier to understand. But even if you're not a reader of the Bible, the art itself, the whole atmosphere charges you up to really enjoy the show. So it can never be a hard thing for any age bracket, because we target, it's a family show. So this way you can bring your grandfather, you can bring your grandson, you can bring your child, you can bring the young and the old. It's a family show, and we've been able to successfully get feedback from people like this was good. And mainly, the adults actually enjoy the show more than the young people.
Interesting.
For some reason, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now, for just 1 minute, I'll ask my producer to just give us sound and a wider display of what we've been seeing on the screen. Just a snippet, a bit of what the Levite shows look like and what the stories are being told as. Over to you. Right, that's just a bit of what the Levite dance production looks like. That's from their past productions. They do have one today at the MTN Arena. Let's talk about a bit, Michael, pardon me. Let's talk a bit about today's show. Of course, we've mentioned the where, but what time do doors open? How much are we paying? And what should we expect?
So the doors open at 5:30. The show begins at 6. The reason why I say 5:30 is because we have a whole red carpet experience. It's a whole big show, so we have to have a red carpet experience. The show begins at 6 to 9. Tickets are at 30,000 ordinary, 50,000 VIP. Tables are sold out, so we don't have tables anymore. What you should expect is emotion-evoking dance production, which is going to be a 3-hour show. And we have, it's an action-packed show, but family show.
And it's the only one you have this year for
Uganda? This year we have one show in Uganda, yes.
And thereafter, are you taking anything outside of Uganda? Is there a plan for that?
The hope is that we will do more shows across East Africa for now. That's the plan. We have partners in Kenya that we're already planning something in there. So we are hoping it goes outside East Africa, and then the dream is to have shows around Africa. So for this year, East Africa is what we're looking at.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Lovely in there. Now, as we begin to get this conversation out of the way, I will ask the why, though. And this is over to you, Josh. You know, one would wonder, why exactly are these guys investing this much in this? With what we've just watched, you could look at the costume, look at just the props used on stage. That's investment. It's not mia, small. Look at that. Is that back cloth? That looks like back cloth. But whatever the costume is, you can tell the material, you can tell there's time invested in looking or putting these pieces together. That means it's a whole huge investment. And one would wonder, Mufachi, why? What is the why?
The why, I think our primary place as a team, we all come from a church background. And one thing we appreciate church for as the Levite is we've been taught to serve. So the Levite mainly comes from the grounds of service with the primary goal of having the word of God go out. And you can sometimes, in as much as the word of God comes at a cost, sometimes you want to forego the cost for the good of what you're going to get after. So yes, there's huge investment. We've been able, especially the one we're working on this year, we have been able to see what it means to spend money on a show. But the end product of it all, seeing someone transformed, it goes beyond just coming and having entertainment. I have a friend of mine who, by the time we did our first production in lockdown, this person was in the ghetto and was almost getting lost into drug, and he had grown up in church, but somehow, and was a good dancer, and somehow he began losing himself. When he saw our first production, he was inspired to get back to his feet. Now he began a dance group and company in the ghettos of Naguru, and it has grown. He recruits young people. So it goes beyond just the cost. For us, the why is more, how are we able to use this gift to impact a life out there? How are we able to use this dance to inspire young people? But also, growing up as a dancer, there's a bracket to get to and you feel like dance is expiring or you feel like it's ending. But being able to still use it and encourage more young people out there, by the way, it has no expiry date. You can still do this even in your late years. So we've seen that, and so that is our biggest point of inspiration. Our why is we want to see Jesus known. We want to see the lives of people who come for the show change. People are dealing with a lot, mental health, so many issues. So just coming and sitting for the 2 hours and live with a refreshment in their souls, that's a goal for us every year.
Now you've seen lives, young lives.
You've seen not just young lives. I think the production leader, then someone told us their marriage was at risk of ending. But because they got time to sit together and watch a show together, and they were overwhelmed of how this was so good. Recently we were in Kenya, and I remember Michael called in some friends, and just seeing how the couple, get to hug themselves, feel like, wow, did you get to watch this? I wish, how about if they had canceled something to come and watch, but they felt like what they canceled wouldn't be what they got from the show. So it goes beyond just we are good dancers into someone who sits in that chair in that moment. You having like a direct passage into their soul, and by the time they leave the show, it's always transformation for us, and that's our biggest goal.
Very profound at that. Now, we come to the end of this show today on Good Morning Uganda, and I'd like to thank you, gentlemen. I'll ask for a parting shot from each one of you. I'll start with you, Michael.
First, thank you for having us. My parting shot would be, come through. Come through. We believe you'll be impacted, and we're excited for what we have put together. So come through.
Right. Over to you, Josh.
To all the senior citizens, the fathers, the mothers, the grandfathers, this is something designed for you. So do not hesitate to run to the MTN Arena this evening. After work, drive your car. There's enough parking for you. Come to the MTN Arena. Come see what dance can do.
Right. Oh, by the way, just so I may ask, who are some of the partners that have been on this journey with you?
We have been privileged to have people come alongside us.
Right.
We have Rehoboth, we have Victory Travel Center, we have Spirit FM and Spirit Media, we have Power FM coming along. We have, who else have I forgotten? But I think those are the major ones. Yeah, we have had people come alongside us to just support us, and we're very privileged. Oh, we have Restock Marketing Agency as well.
Right.
Yeah.
And of course, I believe the National Theatre.
The National Theatre, yes. UNCC is our home. It has been our home for the last 4 years, for the last 5 years, and yeah.
They've pushed.
They've given us rehearsal space. They have mentored us, so yeah.
They put us in the right. If we fall off.
Yes.
We have had the right mentorship all through, so it will be on us.
That is very beautiful to know. So please make your way. We've given you plot for a Friday after work. Head over to the MTN Arena, Lugogo, and just watch dance, creative dance by the Levites Dance Production. That is the Kings, Priests, and Prophets. And entrance fee is 30K, ordinary ticket, and the VIP ticket is 50,000 Uganda shillings. Go be inspired, go have fun. It's fun. It's honestly fun. You won't feel any type of way or any way that is boxing, you know. It's all art and creative art, so go have fun on a Friday as you definitely launch into your weekend. The conversation ends here, and I also end here, but Robert Chirabo Onyonyintono is coming through with a very beautiful conversation with the Vice Chancellor of Victoria University. And therein, it will be at Good Morning Uganda Extra as the Vice Chancellor of Victoria University is talking and revealing his book. He has a new book out on AI in education. So be sure to follow that conversation. Good morning.
Good Morning Uganda. Pick of the day on UBC.
One-on-one with Michael Jordan Lukomwa.
A weekly face-to-face conversation focusing on accountability, inspiration, information, and sensitization of the public from the various sources such as inspirational profiles.
Having disability is not inability.
Every Friday 9 p.m. it's one-on-one with Michael Jordan Lukomwa.
Don't you see anywhere that you would give a credit in the fight